Welcome back to Business Owners Speak Out. I'm your host, Lydia Navo, and I am here today with Royce. Welcome, Royce.
Hi, good afternoon.
I am so excited to have you on. Royce is one of our clients, and I am excited to share all of the trials and tribulations and successes that you've had with our audience. So let's just jump right into it. First of all, Royce, where are you joining us from?
This is my sailboat. This is my office and my home.
Awesome. I love it. So, passion for sailing?
Yes, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, awesome. We like to get to know our business owners, not just on the business side, but also the personal side. So awesome. So tell us a little bit about what you do for business. What is your business? Who do you target? And how did you get started in it?
I am a software engineer first, and I started ITAS Solutions 12 years ago, and I also do IT consulting. It's kind of comes naturally out of software development. You learn how to troubleshoot, why a computer's not working when you're trying to write software for it. So
Awesome. So who is your main target market? Who are you looking to connect with?
kind of sort of have two markets. So one is I'm looking for small businesses of any kind that use computers, ones that aren't large enough to justify a full-time IT person or a full-time software developer. I come in as a cost-effective solution for them. Additionally, my target vertical is the answering service industry. I worked in that industry for 20 years roughly, and so a lot of my clients are in that industry.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that makes you unique is that you are so well versed in that industry compared to your competitors. But what's something else
Right.
that might set you apart from your competitors? Why choose you?
I don't require contracts. I guess. Well, there's actually an important reason for that. The nature of IT is that there's a lot of trust placed in an IT person. I have full access to a customer's network usually, and the damage that someone like me can do by just if I was disgruntled or even just mismanaged a client's network is incredible. And so there's a lot of trust that's placed on an IT person to take good care of a network and to set it up properly. And so I've always felt that a breach of trust or any kind of a condition where you might have a breach of contract kind of scenario is a breach of trust. And if you can't trust your IT person, no contractor is going to save that business.
Hmm.
And so I don't really see a point in going after contracts for clients. I prefer to just, continue to win their business just by providing quality service.
Awesome. Love that. And so, how long have you said you had the business for?
12 years.
12 years. So, in 12 years, any challenges that you've come across that maybe you can teach others to avoid or lessons that you've learned?
Take sales and marketing more seriously.
Yeah, maybe have a sales and marketing plan, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is I guess, is that also the biggest piece of advice that you give to business owners over the 12 years? What else have you learned that you want to share?
I would attribute a lot of my success to having had a business mentor, and they helped me, launch the business correctly. And I opened my doors profitable from day one, which a lot of small businesses, fail or take a long time to turn a profit. And because of my business mentor, I took the right steps and just right out the gate was able to be profitable.
That's awesome. I love that piece of advice because starting out, we don't know what we don't know. And so
Hmm.
having someone who's been there before that can say, hey, no, this is the way to go. You might not know that yet. But if you go
Yeah,
this way, it's going to be more successful. And if you go this way, it's definitely that and the accountability portion
I
of,
would I would caveat that and say that you want your business mentor to be someone who's been successful at what you want to do.
yeah.
My business mentor was in a different industry, and so they didn't necessarily have all the answers for what I needed to figure out. Probably, created. I'm eternally grateful to them, but it probably created some difficulties for me because I didn't have the right business mentor.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, definitely need to have the right one. Totally agree with that. And so 12 years in business, ups and downs. How do you stay motivated? What keeps you motivated?
People relying on me.
Relationships. Yeah, which is what
Yeah,
business is all about.
That's what life is all about.
Yeah, definitely. And so if somebody is listening today, what's a good way for them to get connected with you, learn more about you, maybe even reach out to you? What would you want them to do if they're going, you know what, I might could use a service or know somebody who could use a service?
Well, there's our website. There's our social media presence. I have, my email address and cell phone number. Are pretty accessible. I all of my clients have my direct cell phone number.
I think that's a big uniqueness as well, is being able
Yeah,
to reach
there
the
you go.
person, right, that needs to do it. But yeah, definitely, like you said, relationships. They need
Hmm.
to know that they can count on you when something goes wrong. If something goes wrong. What
Oh, it's
about
IT. Something
is
always goes
IT?
wrong.
Something will always go wrong, right? Um, how has it been? Actually, this is not anything. Just curiosity is how has it been with all the storms and stuff? Has that affected people's business when it comes to the IT world, or is that not anything that relates to that?
Well, yeah. Actually, the storm that came through Thursday before last actually ripped all of the air conditioners off of one of my clients' buildings,
Oh my goodness.
and we discovered that they had not been maintaining their backups properly, and it's something that they want to take responsibility for. They didn't put in my hands, and so their backups weren't current, and they were told they weren't allowed in the building. They couldn't get to their servers, and they had a major contract that was due, and so it's like, what do we do? So I canceled all my appointments for the day, and we were able to get access to the building. We pulled their server out of the office and drove it to the owner's house and hooked it up, and we're transferring files.
Oh my goodness. Talk
So,
about white glove service right there.
but
That is
we
insane.
got them the files they needed in time, and they were able to, they didn't get a black mark on that contract, and so yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. And so in that 12 years, again, that's a huge feat because most businesses, one in 10 businesses, well, if 10 businesses start today, only one is going to survive 10 years. So you're past that mark. Tell us, what is some of the accomplishments or awards that you've gotten over the past 12 years?
Um, not a lot, but I did, and probably nobody's going to even know what this is, but I received the Alan Kalick Award from the Professional Inbound Network, which is a user group for one of the answering service platforms. I was pretty proud of that. I was very active and actively involved in the group, and just helping different users of the software platform be able to leverage that platform better.
Good. Awesome. So now outside of the business, what are some things besides sailing? What are some things you like to do for fun? What tell us about you?
I like reading. I like to sing. Some people think I sing well. Some people are maybe not as impressed. Uh, I enjoy sunbathing.
Outdoors things, it sounds like. And I remember the first time we met, we had talked about being more active. And what was this your step count that you had that one day that I don't know if anybody else listening to this podcast can or will ever beat?
I was listening to someone on YouTube the other day, and they were talking about 30,000 steps a day, and so I felt a little bit humbled by that. But yeah, I do. I haven't been doing it lately, but I do like to do a lot of walking. It's just very, very good for your health. Very underrated. A lot of people
Yeah.
just talk down about it, but it's very. The amazing thing about walking is that it doesn't trigger an appetite increase.
Hmm.
Whereas like running or jogging or lifting weights, all that makes you hungrier. Walking doesn't. So it's a little bit of a magic trick there. But yeah, in January, I set a personal record. I don't remember the exact number, but it was a little over 50,000 steps in one day. It was
I
something like
remember you
24
telling me that and
miles or
just being like,
something.
how is that possible?
It took a lot of dedication.
Yeah. Fun fact about Royce. He likes to walk. No, I think
I
that's
too.
amazing. That is something that's just kind of unique and different. So awesome.
Thank you.
Any other things that you like to do for fun? Any other hobbies, like secret talents?
No, I think I'm pretty boring actually.
I am too. It's okay. Awesome. Well, is there anything we've covered kind of the basics of the business? Is there anything that we haven't covered or you want to go in depth more about that you do, that the company does, that you want people to know about?
Maybe I should have mentioned this earlier, but I just want to say that the success that I've seen so far I adopted a quote from Zig Ziglar: "You can have everything in life you want if you just help other people get what they want." And I feel like that has really helped me focused on the right things. Not focus so much on, is this client profitable, but just helping people solve problems. And you know what? I've had very small number of clients burn me, but it's been extremely rare.
Yeah. No, that's a great little, thing to end on, because it is very true. Is whenever it's almost like that karma, right? As
Mm-hmm.
long as you're doing good, it'll come back to you. It's the giver's gain. It's the more you put out there, the more you get back. Law of attraction, all of that stuff. And I think that's very powerful. And I'm glad that that's something that stuck with you from the beginning, because that is exactly what makes business successful, is providing value, solutions, answers, and it'll come back to you tenfold. So very much appreciate that, and appreciate you being on today. Again, if people want to connect with Royce, you can go to his website at ITAS Solutions, correct?
ITAS-solutions.com.
Solutions, ITAS. We'll put that in the description as well. But you can find Royce and ask him all of your computer needs, IT needs, not computer, but IT needs, right?
Yeah.
So he'll be around, and we look forward to seeing you guys at the next Business Owners Speak Out podcast. Thank you again, Royce, so much for joining us.
Thank you.